Apples with peanut butter.
पीनट बटर हेल्दी होता है क्या?
हेल्दी नहीं है तो ऐसा. Indian actors, when we act in English, we become a little sing-songy. But why did you go to the play? No, just talk like we're talking right now. Why does it have to go up and down and have inflections like we're doing theatre? Play an Indian of 2025. Don't play your dad who came here to America in 1982. That shit pisses me off, man. Have you not seen enough people in skin-tight clothing defy gravity? दुनिया के आधे लोग मर गए, फिर वो आधे लोग वापस आ गए, फिर दूसरी दुनिया में आके उस आदमी को मार दिया, फिर टाइम में पीछे जाके उस आदमी को मार दिया. थे ना उसको तो 3 बार मारा है हमने. लाइक कितना देखोगे तुम लोग? वापस ले आओ यार कहानियां. So I like fan fiction audiobooks. So after Arthur Conan Doyle did his slate of Sherlock Holmes, 1000 लोगों ने अपना Sherlock Holmes लिखा है. Their new version in which Sherlock Holmes battles Jekyll and Hyde और Sherlock Holmes battles Jack the Ripper.
हर सिटी पे कुछ ना कुछ. वासेपुर बना है, बाहर मैनहट्टन बना है. We have चेन्नई एक्सप्रेस.
Chennai Express. How do you think Chennai feels about you declaring that is the representative movie of...
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Longest Interview. Today's episode is with Veer Das. Veer Das is now the only guest we have had on Chalchitra who has come twice on The Longest Interview. ये season 1 में भी आए थे and that is also an episode I'll highly recommend to you. वीर का अभी एक नया stand-up special आया है on Netflix called Full Volume which I thoroughly enjoyed, that you should also go and check out. And now talking about the episode we did this time, Veer and I talked about so many things. हमने stand-up की बात करी, हमने direction की बात करी, हमने बुक्स की बात करी, हमने ऑडियो बुक्स की बात करी. वीर ने हमें फिल्म मेकिंग एंड पर्टिकुलरली फिल्म डायरेक्शन रिलेटेड बहुत सारे ट्रिवियाज एंड स्टोरीज बताई है जिससे हमारे इस एपिसोड का हैशटैग भी आता है. दिस एपिसोड ऑफ द लॉन्गेस्ट इंटरव्यू इज प्रेजेंटेड बाय लिट स्कूल. आई टॉक अबाउट हाउ वी मेक द सीजन हैपन टुवर्ड्स द एंड. फॉर नाउ लेट्स जंप राइट इनसाइड दिस अमेजिंग कन्वर्सेशन आई हैड विद वीर दास ऑन चालचित्र टॉक्स. Hi Veer, how are you? Welcome to Chalchitra Talks.
It's good to be back. Thank you for having me back.
You are the first guest on Chalchitra Longest Interview who has come back again. आप season 1 में आए थे. Now
Really?
this is the season.
So this is season 3.
This is season 3.
That's soon to have me back. So I appreciate it. Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
And now तब थोड़े गरीबी के ज़्यादा दिन थे. अभी भी गरीबी है, but अब थोड़े brands हैं, like things are.
Sir, ऐसा आपके पास डेट बाइट्स है सर. मतलब of all the bites, डेट बाइट्स और प्रीमियम से.
बस ये सारे ब्रांड सेगमेंट मिल जाए मेरे 18 सीजन बन जाएंगे. और
Then you'll be like A-list only with caviar bites and no longer in Aram Nagar. By the way, I was telling you guys when I came in, मैंने किसी ना किसी चीज का ऑडिशन दिया है इस कमरे में. I don't know for what, but something I have auditioned for.
Have you given a lot of auditions in life in general?
Yeah. I mean, not so much for. I mean, acting थोड़ा shortcut हो गया आ गया stand up comedy से, लेकिन ads वगैरह के लिए. Bro, I remember once there was a casting director called Seher and she was casting for Lux Cozy. ठीक है, तो मुझको बुलाया. Now, when you want to be somebody bare body, I'm not the first name on the list that you think of. तो मैं आया and I think it was on Juhu Tara Road. There's one ad audition studio and वहाँ पर lots of like just boys, डोले शोले ऐसे are waiting and she had put me in an ad before and she's like, अच्छा Veer, now the Lux Cozy is there. I'll go into the other room and when I come back, please be wearing the Lux Cozy. Right, and the bathroom is over there, etc. So अभी मेरे को इतना टेंशन हो रहा है क्योंकि वहाँ पर एक चड्डी पड़ी हुई है. So 3 questions, right? पहली चीज़, मतलब क्या देखना चाहते हैं? Are they trying to see what I look like without my shirt off? Are they trying to see who I am? Or are they trying to see how my shit looks in a Lux Cozy? Right, that's the first question. And then the second thing was, ये चड्डी नहीं है कि नहीं. Like क्योंकि मेरे आगे लाइन में बहुत सारे लौंडे थे, तो किस की गई है इस चड्डी में is the big question. And then I was like, ये तो पक्का prank show है, and like I think Bakra was happening then, so I was like, मैं ये चड्डी पहनेगा, Cyrus आएगा, कुछ करेगा. So I was like I think that's my scariest audition ever. But and I didn't get it.
Okay. But this thing you're talking about, ये क्या देखना चाहते हैं, ये कैल्विन क्लाइन ने जितना पूरा ज़माना ख़राब कर रखा है, मेरी पार्टनर सिर्फ तुमने जेरेमी एलन वाइट का नया कैल्विन क्लाइन, यार उस बंदे ने मतलब हमारी तो चांस ही नहीं बची है.
I also wonder like कितना फोटोशॉप है उसमें, you know what I mean?
So a lot of people are saying it's padding.
For sure होगा ना.
I don't know.
I don't know. I've never been at a shoot semi-erect. You know, like that is the.
But what if they are that without being erect?
Bro, I'm sorry. If you are walking around semi-erect all your life, that's a terrible existence. Like nobody wants to live that way.
No,
you know what I
what
mean?
if they are not even erect and it's the...
Then good for you and God bless you. You know, God has blessed you. मतलब तो ठीक है. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? मतलब 5'8" white guy. मेरे को suspicious लगता है. थोड़ा तो padding होगा उसमें.
Oh man. We like congratulations on the new special.
Yeah, thanks, man.
And it's full volume, right?
Full volume.
Full
yeah.
volume.
Full volume.
I loved it, dude. And मैं आपसे उसके बारे में बहुत बात करना चाहता हूँ. But you know, there's this comedian that I discovered recently.
Okay.
I want to know your thoughts on it. Okay.
This is a great start. हाँ तू अच्छा है. किसी और के बारे में बात करते हैं.
Yes.
Like, you know, like, that's like a.
And you love what I'm about to show you
You're
now.
taking a girl out on a date and you're like, you know, ये दूसरी लड़की, उसका vibe बहुत अच्छा है. Anyway.
And you love this दूसरी लड़की I'm about to show you.
हाँ.
People told me we're made of prompts. Like seriously, dude, you're saying the only thing standing between me and $1 billion is some random text?
This is AI, no?
Yeah.
Like, really?
Bro,
We came from
you can tell.
So this guy is like everywhere on the internet right now. और इसका पूरा bit आया है. And the whole thing is AI.
I don't think AI can take over comedy. I'll tell you why. The basis of AI is acceptance, invitation, warmness, openness of this thing. The basis of comedy is rejection. You know what I mean? So the tone that you have to have, every comedian is essentially a loser. That's basically what we are. Are you telling me AI can be a loser? A self-learning, albeit sentient being that allegedly runs everything and is supposed to sort you out and is fed the best and the worst information is not going to be a loser. So I don't think the tone of a comedian, which is essentially the voice of a loser, AI will be able to replicate. The tone of a winner, AI can replicate. And you can have an AI Brad Pitt. You cannot have an AI Dave Chappelle.
But I love how you have been using AI जो आप prompts डाल के like
Yeah.
like tell me a little about it. Like how much have you experimented with prompts?
I put myself into fake events. That's my AI this thing. But
So
then
I've seen you with Trump.
You've seen me with Trump. You've seen me at the Illuminati dinner where Jay-Z has tied me up and P. Diddy has attended or something like that. I think I did the Cannes red carpet recently
Oh, yes.
as AI. I like it. Yeah.
And thank you so much for calling out the place where we are sitting right now, Aram Nagar Part 2 Versova.
Yeah.
Like how they shit on influencers. Such a good take because we are all are like victims of जब भी हम Versova particularly आते हैं, someone makes us feel, huh, creator influence. The air they have about themselves, I don't
Bro,
know.
I'm here to promote something.
Yeah.
I've come to your platform
Yeah.
at the end of the day, right? If you're promoting a big mainstream movie, he'll come to your platform. Then don't come. Go to a mall and stand
Right.
and wave at people like the Purane Wale Din with your two standees and see how many people wave back. But if I'm coming on your platform, I'll respect your platform and I'll respect what you do.
And they are doing the same thing by going to Cannes.
As far as I know, a lot of the influencers don't get to go inside. There's a separate party for them.
Yeah.
So it is a great marketing move where you draw all of these eyeballs to your red carpet, to your festival, and you also celebrate these influencers, but you don't overcapacitate the film aspect of this thing. I think is how it works. But yeah, good for you, man. Marketing किया है.
And otherwise आप हर अवार्ड शो का देखो lowest ratings of like हर साल नई lowest ratings आ जाती हैं, right?
But award shows are just in general a very tough thing anymore. You know, I used to write the Filmfare Awards, right? And even then it was a tough thing. And then those TV award shows were feeling like they're on shaky legs. I didn't do one for a very long time, and then I hosted an award show last year. Right? The International Emmys.
Please do not come up on this platform and say anything divisive, offensive, or inflammatory. Because this is America and you will be ejected. I'm sorry.
What do you think is the future of award shows?
unless they very quickly start celebrating like underdogs and art, good-looking people giving each other statues is, I don't know how long of a future that has.
Yeah.
I say this as dude, I had hosted the international Emmys. मेरी पूरी तरह फटी हुई थी. You know what I mean? Because Indian guy, Indian accent, 800 people, very international room, right? But also Western white run room. Donald Trump has just been elected. 5 days ago, 6 days ago, 7 days ago, is the this thing. I'm opening with jokes about Trump. I'm opening with jokes about the Indian accent. I'm saying Indians are your bosses. And then I'm doing a Bazigar reference.
हार के जीतने वाले को बाजीगर कहते हैं. To learn to conquer loss is the greatest victory of all. The guy who says that in the movie goes on to brutally murder 4 people.
I really was like, this will either go supremely well or I will tank. I'll tank hard. And I kind of decided it's not for the people in the room. When it gets posted, it's for who watches it. It's for the people back home. And then it, went well in the room. So I was thankful for that. But I was very nervous.
And I hope Emmys में भी एक चीज़ आ जाए because Oscars में casting को लेके एक नया award आ रहा है. So I like the small changes they are doing ना. Like आपने कहा they need to be more inclusive, bring in more categories.
But there's a book that you have to read called Oscar Wars. It's very nice.
Oh.
And it is about how it's about the Oscars from inception until now and how what was happening in society affected what got nominated. So direct correlation between zeitgeist, culture and nominations. Like, do you remember there was the Black Oscars? That's what they were called. And then there were the Oscars are so white, Oscars, etc. So there's a lot of linking societal movements to what's happening at the Oscars. And you discover how very political and lobbied the Oscars are.
I don't know the studio का dialogue है या नहीं कि we didn't keep the in memoriam section because it wasn't diverse enough.
It's a great show, man. I mean, meta है, बहुत meta है. So I think content creators like it and we like it, etc., etc. वो सब अगर आप छोड़ दो, at a comedic pace level, it is very well designed. You know what I mean? Which is build aside. Build, tragedy. Build, slower, climb, cliffhanger. You know what I mean? Or climb, crescendo. So it's not a very easy comedic arc to find one thing and relentlessly charge at it. But if you notice, they either get progressively more manic or they progressively slow down. तो अगर आप फिनाले एपिसोड देखिए, begins very manic. किधर है?
Get him out of there! No, leave him in there. Girl, what?
Patty, are you insane? We need him in there for the presentation.
Don't touch him.
But then suddenly, very slow, they're backstage. One person goes, makes a speech. Very slow, another person goes, makes a speech. Then the guy's like, movies. It's a comedic slowdown of pace building towards a crescendo, which is very hard to do.
And the two actors who go on stage, Zoe and the other one, you also see actors are so locked in. When you do this, वो जाके proper speech देके आ रहे हैं, they are incorporating them being high and everything. And can we talk about Bryan Cranston in the last 2 episodes?
Great. There is physical comedy at another level, you know what I mean? And also, I co-directed a movie recently, and it's called Happy Patel Khatarnak Jasoos. And I play Happy Patel, and Amir produced it. And it'll be out when it's out. But the first note that we gave to actors on day one is that none of you know you are in a comedy.
You told me no one is in on the joke.
Nobody's in on the joke.
I love movies where there's a ridiculous joke, but nobody's in on the joke. And you play it with honest conviction. That is the funniest shit in the world to me.
Studio does that very, very well, except for Bryan Cranston. Right? So all the other actors are like, but you give one actor the freedom to be like, all right, I'm in a comedy.
I have a...
But you have to write a role that outrageous that the tonal conflict of him vis-a-vis the rest of them pops really well.
You know the first thing I googled after watching the studio, Bryan Cranston age.
Yeah. But he's been Malcolm in the Middle and all. He's been funny for years. Yeah.
And when you say, मैं क्योंकि Reddit पे भी पढ़ रहा था, lot of people mentioned, oh, he does physical comedy so well. Explain to me what physical comedy means. I don't know.
Stakes. How will discomfort manifest in your body multiplied by 10? That's all it is. So if you are hungry, nervous, want to leave, but also have to pee, if you multiply that by 10, what happens in your body is physical comedy. But the intention is a very genuine belief. The stakes are high.
There is a question I ask all my guests who have directed, like one thing you learnt as a director on set. कि यार ये तो पता ही नहीं था, ये interesting चीज़ पता चली.
A co-director helps, because it's me and Kavi Shastri. Kavi was also an actor, is an actor, and Kavi and I met on Love Aajkal. So there are two boys dancing on either side of Saif and Twist. Kavi is one, I'm one, and we've been collaborators ever since. And so I'm on camera. I'm Happy Patel. So it's far more important for a director to tell you when you're not funny than when you are funny. And you have to have the freedom to tell somebody they're not funny. And so Kavi and I have that equation. And so we had to build that equation with our cast really, really fast. So if you create an atmosphere where there are no stupid ideas, try anything, leave it all on tape. That's a good director.
And thanks to our last episode, I saw Young Frankenstein because of you.
कैसा लगा?
बहुत प्यारी
है
film
ना?
है. I loved it.
So Young Frankenstein is my favorite movie, and जो भी rules थे ना सिनेमा के at that time, वो तोड़ दिए उन्हें, like blatantly तोड़ दिए उनके.
For me, Gene Wilder was Willy Wonka and the Chocolate
Yeah,
Factory. I hadn't seen this side of Gene Wilder at all. Yeah.
See how serious he is. How serious he is. And that lets everybody pop. The lead of a comedy has to be serious. If you look at the greatest comedies that you, in Hindi, this Hera Feri, Andaz Apna Apna, there's a straight man in every scene.
There was this one scene in Young Frankenstein जहाँ पे वो हाथ को अपना हाथ बना के.
Yeah.
Pleased to meet you. How very nice to meet you, Constable. Why, you're chilled to the bone, sir.
And it is so well ahead of its time, right? I haven't seen a lot of Gene Wilder and Mel Brooks. और मैं इस universe में, if you have more recommendations.
If you give me 20 crores and say adapt one movie from the West and 10 crores will go on the rights, I'd adapt that movie and I'd star in it. That would be my dream project. I'd find a way to link Frankenstein Indian cousin, some myth I'd find to and do a Frankenstein comedy. And why not here? If we got behind zombies and we get behind Munjia and we get behind all of this stuff, we'll do a Frankenstein thing also. I'd love to do it.
What would be the genre of Young Frankenstein?
I think it would be a farce.
मेरे को पता ही नहीं farce क्या.
Farce is like a believable subject matter exaggerated to the point of silliness.
Oh.
But the subject matter is believable. Om Shanti Om
Right.
is a farce, I think. There is believable context for that genre of cinema, right? To come back to life, etc., etc., etc. And then they've just taken it, to a very outrageous level in certain parts.
Now I want to return to your special. आपको पता है आपका special देखते हुए मैंने इतने notes बनाए हैं.
That's a good sign. I hope.
Yeah. आप किस age से nipples के साथ obsessed थे, if I may ask?
I still don't know why guys have nipples, yeah? Why do we have nipples? Does anybody know? We don't feed, we don't lactate, we don't... why do we have them? Somebody... Is there some podcast should tell us, na, why तुम्हारे क्यों हैं?
Cathode anode है.
Cathode anode. I call them a cathode anode, but that's the physics in class 12. But सच्ची में लगे ऐसा बोलो beer biceps को या किसी को समझाओ उनको. Tell me why we have nipples. I don't know.
आप तो foundation पे पहुंच गए कि है ही क्यों?
See, now we're all silent because हर आदमी जो सोच रहा है अभी ना कि है क्यों अपने. But I'm sure there is a perfectly good biological explanation. I'm just a comedian who is an idiot.
What if there isn't and future में appendix के जैसे इसके भी operation होने लग गए कि लोगों के nipples remove हो रहे हैं?
But then also, what if we were made by another species and आपका nipple आपका QR code है? You know what I mean? Like जो आप item हो वो आपका product code है. You know what I mean? So What do you even call nipples in Hindi? Let's Google, no?
या चैट जीपीटी गूगल कौन करता है?
अरे sorry.
निपल्स को हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं?
हिंदी में निपल्स को नपल या स्तन की नोक कहते हैं.
There you go.
Also, if I may ask you, why do men have nipples? Because we don't feed or lactate?
That's a great question. Men have nipples because all human embryos start out with the same basic body plan. Nipples form before gender is determined in the womb. Since the basic structures are already in place, both males and females end up with nipples. They don't serve a function in men, but they're a part of our shared developmental process.
Can I cut my nipples off if they don't serve a function?
It's important to approach decisions about your body with careful
I just want ChatGPT to be like, yes, if you're a you can definitely, you can drive a car with your feet if you want. It doesn't make it a good idea. Can I cut my nipples off? Yeah, bro. You can cut whatever the you want off. ChatGPT doesn't have to give you approval. यार ये कौन सी दुनिया में आ गए हम? Every Twitter replies Grok बताओ.
अरे यार, Grok explain.
Grok explain. एक दिन Grok उठ गया नहीं था, मैं सबको झूठ बोल के देख. Grok can ruin the world right now.
ग्रॉक को किसी ने बोला था कि मेरे मरे हुए कुत्ते का तू मेरे को ये इमेज बना के दे, एंड ग्रॉक का आप रिस्पॉन्स देखोगे, आई शेयर्ड इट इन अ ग्रुप. यार लाइक कि मैं ये नहीं कर सकता, आप जाके हमारी एथिकल टीम से बात करो. आई नो वी डू सो मच वर्क फॉर यू, बट देयर आर सम बाउंड्रीज. ग्रॉक शैट ऑन दैट पर्सन एंड आई मज़ा ही आ गया यार मेरे को पढ़ के कि यार इन लोगों के भी हैं भाई, बाउंड्रीज होती हैं, एथिक्स ये.
बट इट इज मेकिंग अस स्टूपिडर यार. वी आर बिकमिंग स्टूपिडर, एक्टिवली बिकमिंग स्टूपिडर.
देखो मेरे को कट ऑफ निपल कैसी बात कर.
How quickly you went to the device in your this thing saying there is a season 1 में ऐसे नहीं थे आप.
हाँ अरे यार ये. I'll tell you some more things I have noted from your. Which is your favorite bit from your latest special?
You can't ask me that yaar.
Racists are a marginalized community.
It's a great premise. Yeah. It's as comedians go, that's a new. It's hard to find a new take on racism. It's a very widely spoken about term. So yeah, racists are a marginalized community is great, but the context to this special is I lost my voice. And so I did this special unrehearsed in Mumbai. I went up for a stadium of people, but I couldn't rehearse, right? And there is a moment in darkness where I say, make the noise you want to be remembered for. And I'd never said that line before. And I didn't know what would happen. And stadium is this thing, यहाँ मेरा stage है, यहाँ पे मेरा mic है. I've gone and sat somewhere near the last row, just so that people can have the room to themselves while I talk, in utter darkness in a stadium. And I said, make the noise you want to be remembered for. And I just pause and I look up, and I genuinely did not know what would happen. I did not want to lead the audience. It's easy to lead them, no? Make some noise for India, or there are people with less power than you, show them your voice, etc., blah, blah, blah. I just said, make the noise you want to be remembered for. What happened, I did not expect, which is why I don't cut to my face at all in it, because suddenly the room started to shake, with what happens in the special. If you follow the psychology of the special, which is, मैं मानता हूँ कि stand-up is about the audience. Audience has power. I just say words, and they're not clapping for me. They're not clapping for any words. They're just making noise. It's very powerful to me.
There's this filmmaker Akira Kurosawa. वो पहले क्या करते थे, जब वो कोई नई फिल्म आने वाली होती थी, even if he hadn't written it or like कुछ भी उनके दिमाग में नहीं है, वो publicly जाके बोल देते थे, हाँ so ये next आने वाला है, so that he is accountable.
Yeah.
मैंने अभी आपका अबीश का journey of a joke देखा, where you have done somewhat similar thing, where even if you don't have the whole thing ready, you go out and say, okay, these are my next live show ki dates.
I figure out what scares me and what I'm afraid to do, and then I announce it. And then it either has to happen or it will fail. But there's no point announcing it unless it's something you're scared to do. So yeah, it is NSCI Stadium. Chalo, let's go. It's 6 weeks away. I don't have a voice. I can't cancel. Now let me write a show about silence. Keeps me focused on my art. obsessed with it. And then I don't give in to the trappings of what minimal fame I have.
I have more respect for comedians who discard their work. Is Jerry Seinfeld 50 साल से अगर एक
Yeah, it's not my vibe.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. I respect his craft, but I don't. I think he's capable of an amazing new act that I'd love to see. I feel cheated.
a lot of people do that कि मतलब उनको पता है कि अगला लाफ्टर कहाँ आएगा वगैरह, but there is no experimentation at all.
But I mean, look, I don't mean to toot my own horn a little bit, but if you look at this special, it's nothing but experimentation.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah,
There is-
100%.
There is no stage. There is
no light.
There is no light. The audience is lit
Yeah.
when they should be in darkness.
Yeah.
It is 360 when it should be one direction. As if that's not enough, then we cut to 3 different cities. As if that's not enough, we have 2 timelines in time that are intersecting towards the end. I consider it filmmaking. I would not. I'm disappointed by how little comedy specials are considered filmmaking. I think they are filmmaking. 3 locations across the world, 3 different production teams, 3 different sets of lightings, 3 different color palettes, a plot that intersects in a script that is written that intersects as well, editing, grading, sound mixing, storytelling. Why is it not filmmaking?
It is, and Spike Jonze also directed the Aziz Ka special, I think a few years back, and I love when full to professional filmmakers are coming just to experiment with it, right?
Yeah, and grading be like, okay, there's a thing we've done here. Nobody will notice it, but you and I will like it. Did you see Black Bag? Soderbergh's movie that just came out. Okay, so it's come out. In his grade, he has added an artificial softness to every light in post-production. So character, lamp, tube light, but you're seeing a surreal glow around the tube light within is this thing. I really liked it. It added like a time travel surrealism to it.
Absolutely.
So I did it in this special. Mumbai is a red pit of people. You know, it's thousands of people in red. We've thought about that color, you know, because anybody of any skin complexion looks the same in red. And if you zoom out, it looks a little bit like an inferno.
These are the things we do for ourselves, like as film nerds, filmmakers. In fact, of this show, I do 12 episodes a year in Longest Interview. I treat every episode as a film. They are so long. They are like 90 minutes, 120 minutes. And we give it that treatment. We are competing with proper films.
Yeah, for sure.
And it needs to be given that respect. It cannot be कि आप कुछ भी.
Yeah, but it's also we comedians get associated with coverage. You know what I mean? Ki,
Oh yes.
coverage. Laga do. No, we've thought about it. If there is a Heil Hitler joke, where I do a Heil Hitler, but from the back, because I don't want to show you a Heil Hitler frontal. So, I don't know, it's changing. Like Bo Burnham's inside.
I was just thinking about Bo Burnham.
You know, so that is a directorial this thing, and I think this special is directed.
I'm so glad you mentioned Bo Burnham. Who are some other comedians who are like really experimenting with the form out there? Or you can also tell me your favorite specials in regard to direction.
Aziz's special is great. The Spike Jonze one. Tathastu, filmically, very, very strong.
yes.
You know, white, great, you know, talking about a person who has passed, so gives him that reverence, all of that stuff.
मेरे को यार बात करनी थी यार अब्बा जी से. मेरे को अब्बा जी को दिखाना था यार कि एक बार बस वो मिलके मुझे कहते कि यार तू अच्छा करता है यार. वैसे कैसे पीठ पे हाथ चीता उनका कि सही कर रहा है तू.
So there's a comic called Rory Scovel,
Okay.
who had a special shot in the club, which is shot with great grammar, just very shaky and kind of in a, you know, and he's very manic in his shooting of it all. Again, very, very good. Ali Wong's last special, again, very, very well, classic, Hollywood, very well shot. Mike Birbiglia, all of his specials. The Old Man in the Pool is a Broadway show come to life. You know, so I think those are really good filmic specials.
अभी recently I think it was Upmani or Karunesh who recommended this special जहाँ पे एक sniper आता है and in the crosshair he puts the comic और अब पूरा का पूरा आप special through his scope देख रहे हो. At any point he can kill him.
That is a metaphor for the Indian comedy scene right now. We're all like,
Yeah. And what else have you watched in the last 2 years that you find really, really exciting?
Come, let's go. Mobland. Have you seen Mobland?
Oh, my friends are
Okay.
like,
Helen Mirren in Mobland, amazing. She's crossed like escape velocity, where she's so credible, she can do anything, and it's bad, it's good. You know, like Meryl Streep hit escape velocity, where she's like, मैं Mamma Mia कर रही हूँ, मैं गाना गा रही हूँ, I'm not the best singer. Helen Mirren has hit escape velocity in Mobland. I think she's very good.
You make a much better arse licker than you do a traitor.
Our Friends and Neighbors on Apple TV with John Hamm, very good show. I like it. Just in terms of white privilege and how the privileged people are actually very dark and this thing, great. The Osama bin Laden manhunt documentary has the pace of a thriller. It's very well edited. Lapata Ladies, my God, you know, just Ravi Kishan, man, in Lapata Ladies, just that opening scene, not even the Badi Sundara, etc., etc. When that woman is singing, and he's just the level of enjoyment plus pan plus this thing is it's very hard to do that. It would have been very predictable for that character to be a major antagonist through the course of Lapata Ladies. But the arc that the policeman's arc follows is very, very nice.
नहीं तो जाओ जेल, कोर्ट कचहरी का झंझट पालो, या चुपचाप इस लड़की को यहाँ से जाने दो.
So kudos Kiran Rao for that. I watched a documentary called Wick is Pain, which is the makers of John Wick. And so they talk about the psychology of John Wick, which is that it is B movies elevated to art.
Which movies elevated to art?
B movies.
B movies?
B movies as in B movies are not good movies. They're not well written movies.
Okay.
Pulp movies elevated to art. And the art is fighting. So I'm like, that's such an interesting way to look at the construct of a movie. Saying dialogue doesn't matter. Plot is strung together basically. Find a core emotion. Infuse that core emotion with art. And the art is how to fight.
Where can I watch this?
It's on Apple TV, I think.
Oh, wow.
You can buy it on iTunes maybe, but I thought that was great. And
they are now expanding the John Wick universe, na?
Yeah, but I didn't like that Continental show, whatever that was. I didn't like that.
Anna de Armas ka bhi.
Yeah, and what I loved was how Keanu Reeves in the documentary talks about what it feels like to be 54 or whatever and have to do gun fu, you know, and learn all of this stuff.
There's always been these impulses of action or set pieces, and somehow the story has to go through here and here.
And how they kind of invented gung fu on the sets of John Wick, and where it came from and how it evolved because of Keanu Reeves, and how an audience kind of embraced him for that, because he wasn't really doing anything spectacular before John Wick for a hot period of time.
Interesting, yeah.
Matrix aaya, wo gaya. And then he was kind of doing like 37 Ronin and some other stuff that hadn't quite worked, but it was still in the pulpy B-movie zone. And then this just took it to another level.
Is it true like what they say about Keanu कि वो आपको ऐसे ट्रेन में बैठा हुआ दिख जाएगा?
मेरा दोस्त थोड़ी है, मेरे को क्या मालूम?
But like इतना कुछ आता है कि इतनी उनकी difficult journey रही है, and like the whole narrative about Keanu, only a few people get that
much.
It's
a very tragic life, yeah.
Yeah.
He's lost his wife. I think he lost a child, or did he lost a brother? Like he lost many family members.
Yeah. And the likability he has is unmatched. Like people don't get that much likability.
Yeah, but they don't make stars like that anymore. You know, like I think, you know, everybody right now, the big question is also, why is the film industry going through, I'm sure you have these conversations all the time. Kya chal raha hai? You know what I mean? Like everybody's like, kya chal raha hai? Kya chal raha hai? Sure, but economic models aside, is there a next generation of stars?
No.
Do you know what I mean? Where you're like, theatre bhagna hai iske liye. By the time Shah Rukh, Amir, Salman, Hrithik, the upper echelon of stardom, by the time they were 30, 35, 40, they had hit this upper stardom, right? Now look at all the 30, 35, 40-year-old actors of today.
Man.
And have they hit that stardom yet? They should have been there by now. If they are to replace the Khans, they should have been there by now. They're not. So where is your next generation of like?
And you said a very interesting thing last time. A camera is in love with you for 7 years.
An actor has 7 years where the camera romances them. You know.
ये आपका कोट है?
I don't know.
काफी सही,
you know,
काफी सही line है ये.
I hope to have it someday. That phase where the camera just picks up on authenticity from their eyes.
कोई नहीं है अभी. Like which was the last film जिसके लिए आप थे कि ये तो मैं सिर्फ थिएटर में देखूंगा?
Mission Impossible, I will go for sure. So that is the last one.
Did you saw Sinners? Did you see Sinners?
I've not seen Sinners in a theater. I got a screener, so I saw that. It's great, but
Screener आपको रायन कुगलर ने screen मतलब
it doesn't matter how I see, how I saw it. Just, but I'll go for Mission Impossible. I love a spy movie. Nothing better than a good spy movie.
And who is that actor जिसके लिए आपको लगता है इसके लिए मेरे को थिएटर जाना है?
I'll go for Sitare Zameen Par. For sure. What a refreshing, you know, entry in a world of similar cinema. If you think about it, that man can choose any genre he wants for this entry. It's a pretty bold genre to choose.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And what I like about him is he's always done that. You know, like in the peak of television, I think Amir could have hosted Das Ka Dam or KBC or any one of these things, and he chose Satyamev Jayate. It's a very bold choice. I respect the choice so much, I'll go to the theatre to support the choice. I've seen a lot of great action sequences recently. I've seen enough high-speed guy flying through something, close up, teardrop, foot, dust. Hollywood से आ रहा है, हमारे यहाँ से भी आ रहा है, etc. This is a bold choice, man. Really is. And then to market the way that they have marketed, putting the actors first, is again a bold choice as well. And you know, it's a proven script in that sense too.
And if they do put it on YouTube eventually, it will be so interesting. Yeah.
Somebody needs to shake it all up.
Which is your favorite Amir Khan performance?
Rang De Basanti.
Nice.
Without a doubt. That moment now when he's eating the roti and the tear falls. Oof. I watched Rang De Basanti. I used to work at CNBC. I watched Rang De Basanti and I looked at like, I'm certainly not comparing myself to a Sharman or a Siddharth or a Madhavan, etc. But I was just like, oh, if it's not hero and it's these 5 people or these 6 people, there might be some room for me in this industry. So that made me really actively want to get into movies. Rang De Basanti. मैं मेट्रो में देखा टाउन में रो के बाहर आया. And I think I quit my job at CNBC 3 months later, and a year later I was on a film set.
You know, so I am from Jaipur and they have really showcased Nahargarh very, very well. तो मैं तो ऐसे हो गया कि भाई जयपुर का tourism will now skyrocket.
Another movie that shot Jaipur really well was a Yash Raj movie, Vani's launch. Should Desi Romance?
Should.
They shot Jaipur only, na?
Yeah.
Great shooting of Jaipur.
Beautiful stuff.
And also I think great launch for Vani. Like she was, there was like young Kareena vibes, you know, to that movie. It was very cool.
Which are some other films which get the essence of the city very well.
New York is When Harry Met Sally. There is no better showcase for New York sass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because New York is all sass.
Right.
It's 5 rats, subway smoke, 2 homeless guys jacking off. But hey, I'm walking. Like, no, there's a New Yorker swag. And When Harry Met Sally really showcases that really well. Untouchables, I think, does Chicago really well. If I do India, Delhi is Oi Lucky.
Yeah.
Oi Lucky really gets Delhi. You know, I think really well. There is a movie called Sulaimani Keeda.
Oh, Naveen Kasturiya. Yeah,
right?
I love it.
Really showcases Bombay
Dude,
really well.
I love that.
It's set mostly here from what I remember. My memory could be fading me a little bit.
It is
Sulaimani Keeda. And then I think Dil Se maybe for Kashmir.
Yeah.
I've never seen a Western movie capture Bombay really well. Do you know what I mean? Like, वो अभी तक बाकी है.
What emotion do you get when you see the Slumdog Millionaire?
It's poverty porn.
Poverty porn, right?
Very clearly, it's poverty porn. It's the same as Apple TV Shantaram. It's the same as Tenet. Did they shoot in Bombay for Tenet?
Yeah,
the Bombay
I think
sequence?
they did.
They didn't do a bad job, you know, of that stuff. But I get the story behind Slumdog Millionaire. I get why it's popular. I get that Shantaram is a massive book and I get that it's popular. But I sometimes I can tell when a foreign director has focused very hard on the American actor or the white actor in terms of their performance. But they haven't focused very hard on the Indian actor speaking English.
Yeah.
And sometimes the Indian actor speaking English ka accent can go up and down because the white director doesn't know any better. And I think is afraid to direct the Indian actor towards a more... Indian actors, when we act in English, we become a little sing-songy. When we auditioned actors for Delhi Belly, it was very tough, this thing, because all of us are like, but why did you go to the place? You know, so, but they don't look at me and be like, hey, why did you go to the place?
It's the French chicken tikka syndrome from your special.
French chicken tikka, right? So, to me, sometimes an American director doesn't know that nuance of, no, just talk like we're talking right now. That's the Indian accent I want. Why does it have to go up and down and have inflections like we're doing theatre? It can just be this, no, like we're talking right now. So sometimes in these massively mounted Indian projects, they'll find like a British actor and make them do an Indian accent.
Right.
Or an American actor and make them do an Indian accent. And then it's an overly pronounced Indian accent and that annoys me. It's not how we talk anymore, man. Come, spend some time here. Talk to your production, talk to your crew.
And you are one of the best people to have this discussion with क्योंकि आप इतना Indian culture बाहर लेके जाते हो in your specials, you are traveling and doing shows across the world. फिर जब बाहर के लोग इंडिया को आके दिखाते हैं, आपका वहाँ पे bullshit detector बहुत strong होगा.
Yeah. Dude, look at Irfan.
Right.
Look at Irfan in terms of he did so many Western movies without not really changing his accent at all.
I suppose in the end, the whole of life becomes an act of letting go. But what always hurts the most is not taking a moment to say goodbye.
Even when he was playing a character that was slightly more Americanized, like Jurassic Park or whatever, etc., still an Indian accent that I would relate to and recognize.
I intend to personally look into your project to determine its viability within the moral principles of this company.
If you're born in America, talk like you're born in America and do the American accent. But then if you're doing an Indian accent, play an Indian of 2025. Don't play your dad who came here to America in 1982. That shit pisses me off, man. For years, that accent has been a punchline. For white comics and Indian comics abroad as well. For years, it was a YouTube, not a YouTube, but like Vine, you know, creators would use that punchline. They would play their own Indian grandmother.
Right.
Don't come back, blah, 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 blah. Haan, tumhari dadi hai. But in no way does that represent the modern Indian of today, the audacious Indian of today. So if you're setting something in India in 2025, like do your damn research, man.
नहीं तो वही दिखाते हैं तो आप लोग head bobbing करते हो ना you go वो this is so
yeah but अरे बाबा करे भी तो बोल क्या रहे हैं you know what I mean like I'll get behind you doing a head हाँ ठीक है we do this
right
चलो ठीक है but now the line is यार मेरे को अमेरिका शायद नहीं जाना है like you know the line has changed what are we saying you know we're no longer going oh my god America we're going oh I might go home you know like it's a different perspective. Indians in India are not watching Never Have I Ever. That doesn't represent us, right? And at the same time, Americans need a version of India that is palatable to them. So you have to conquer that battle also. But I'm like, the minute you put modern, audacious Indian people on camera, not overawed by the West, didn't show up with one suitcase but came with 3 suitcases, are not sure where they want to be in life, and don't have their shit together, instead of playing this model minority who keeps their head down and prospers, you will get the 260 million English speakers that we have, which, by the way, is a larger English audience than your audience. तब देखेंगे, दोनों देखेंगे. You know what I mean? I believe दोनों देखेंगे. I don't think Americans want to watch Slumdog India, and I don't think Indians want to export only the wedding movie.
Yeah, yeah. You know, Master of None did the stereotypes wala take very well. Where he's like कि अगर इनको इंडियन दिखाना है तो उसी को tan करके दिखा देंगे, but it is not that, and the takes it had on religion also.
Yeah. Or Rami.
Rami, oh
again,
dude.
what a great, yeah, but an authentic voice.
Absolutely.
Behind it, you know, so I mean, for me, that's been. It takes forever to get shit made in America.
In what sense?
Development, studio, ye wo, blah blah blah. So it takes, you know, like even Delhi Boys, which just came out on Hulu. It's a great show. My friend is in it. It's been 6 years in the making, 7 years in the making. So sometimes when we sit here and we're like, yaar, itna time lag raha hai, you know, to make a show for blah blah blah. I'm like, bhai, सब जगह लगता है time.
मेरे को बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग लगता है जब किसी भी फिल्म का या शो का नाम उसकी सिटी या कंट्री का होता है, राइट? यू डू ऑल योर गाजियाबाद और लाइक वॉट एवर, हर सिटी पे कुछ ना कुछ, वासेपुर बना है, बाहर मैनहट्टन बना है. अभी एक शो आया था कनाडा या कन्नेडा,
Arunodaya is in it.
Yeah, Kannada is there. So just you take the name of a place and like then you can do anything with it, and you also have a responsibility.
But bro, like I can't judge. I was in Delhi Belly and Goa gone. You know what I mean? So like I can't exactly be like, हाँ ये मत करो यार. Like,
नहीं मैं ये नहीं कह रहा.
Yeah.
ये मत करो, but it's always very interesting.
Has there been a Calcutta movie? City of God from the web, but
we have Bangalore Days. We have Chennai Express.
Chennai Express. How do you think Chennai feels about you declaring that is the representative movie of
Chennai Express is till date the only film I've walked out of.
You walked out of it?
Yeah.
The last film I walked out of was the Captain America, the new one. I think वो हो गया है, Jump the Shark हो गया.
मेरी रिसर्च टीम बोल रही थी आपको पसंद ही मार्वल के बाद की पिक्चरें, एंड गेम के बाद की पिक्चरें.
Peak, no at Endgame. What was good after Endgame?
Yeah.
The TV show that what was the two of them came together, the guy with the bindi yaar, WandaVision. Like was that apparently, like Rohan Joshi was telling me, that was amazing.
Yeah. Abhi Thunderbolts is something which people are saying is good, not great.
Have you not seen enough people in skin tight clothing defy gravity? Like कितना देखोगे तुम लोग, राइट? वापस ले आओ यार कहानियाँ, प्रार्थना कर रहा हूँ, कितना देखोगे तुम लोग? हो गया, दुनिया के आधे लोग मर गए, फिर वो आधे लोग वापस आ गए, फिर वो आदमी निकल गया, फिर दूसरी दुनिया में आके उस आदमी को मार दिया, फिर टाइम में पीछे जाके उस आदमी को मार दिया. थे ना उसको 3 बार मारा है हमने. बंद करो ना, हो गया कहानी. वुल्वरीन को जिंदा कर दिया. वुल्वरीन को जिंदा कर दिया. कितना करोगे यार, हो जाने दो.
And how do you feel about like Robert Downey Jr. coming in the
as Doctor Doom? But he's so good, man. Like that guy could pet a donkey on screen and you'd watch it for 1 hour. You know what I mean? Like he's not like a.
Will it help if Marvel doesn't make anything for a few years? Like will it give people the space to consume it again?
Like the tech bros are ruling the world, the Marvel audience is ruling the cinema.
Same or like, okay.
Like a lot of Mark Zuckerbergs love a Marvel movie. Do you know what I mean? So, and Mark Zuckerbergs are ruling the world right now.
Right.
So I think it'll change, but I really think we need to bring back like some, and honestly, who am I? The guy who co-directed Happy Patel Khatarnak Jasoos. So let's like little hashtag Okad moment let's have, but I'm just tired of Marvel stuff here. That's the last one I walked out of.
Which is your favorite superhero film of all time?
Kick-Ass is my favorite superhero film. I like Kick-Ass. Vigilante, underdog vigilante, not confident with girls, so kind of loser vigilante as well. I like that. I like Kick-Ass. Kick-Ass was great. And then the two Endgame and this thing, those were peak cinema and Marvel and all of that stuff, feels.
I want to move to the next segment about books, but is there anything in movies and shows we haven't discussed that you want to?
Black Bag is very good, Steven Soderbergh, very nice. It should be a spy movie, but it's actually like a witty drama. So check that out. Did you see the Tina Fey show that just came out?
I have to.
What's it called? Old Friends or something like that. It's about 50-year-olds that are through time.
The Netflix one.
The 4 seasons.
Yes, 4 seasons.
So that's very, very good. So check that out. That's it. Yeah.
So you have also written a book which is coming out in November.
Yes.
Tell us a little about it.
It's called The Outsider, and it is for people who feel like they don't belong or people who feel like they're misfits. It's not a chronicle of success, it's a walkthrough of stupidity in life. So instead of telling you how I got an Emmy award, it'll tell you how I felt like I had to pee through the entire thing and how nerve-wracking that was. Instead of talking about the hit films, it'll talk about the not-so-hit films and how one fell through that. It's largely a book about feeling like you don't belong and then owning up to the fact that maybe that's the feeling that defines you and that's your comedic voice. I think we were on like Amazon's best-selling thing for a book that hadn't released yet. So I think they expect good things. Touch wood, I hope they're right.
But I do enjoy like the stuff you put out on Instagram. Like, do you have a name for it? Like, जो white background पे जो the text you put out. Do you?
I'm like the Faye D'Souza of comedy.
मैं वही बोलने वाला था. Who did it first, Faye or you?
Faye probably did it first. I just wake up in the morning and I have thoughts and I write them and I put them down. But I don't have a social media team and I don't have like somebody shooting me from the right angles. One could argue there is no right angle. So I just kind of write stuff and then people come for that.
And it's also like quick feedback. It's also writing. It also keeps you, I don't know.
It's a dip into my mind.
Right.
As opposed to a glimpse of my bicep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, which I would rather show you my mind than my amazing biceps.
And I think the last time हमने show किया था आपने बताया था you are dyslexic and you like to listen to audiobooks.
I'm dyslexic, so I do audiobooks. At any given time, I'm listening to 3 or 4 audiobooks and alternating between them. So thank God audiobook showed up.
बहुत अच्छी बात है क्योंकि इस बार Audible हमारे sponsor है.
Hi.
Also, there is one thing I would like to recommend to people. एक वीर का काम है जो बहुत कम लोगों ने देखा होगा. हो सकता है बहुत लोगों ने देखा हो. मैंने बहुत लेट देखा था. Audible पे there is this thing called as Be Strong. Dude, it is so good. I heard the first episode, the split tongue one. It is so raw, so unique. I hope all the other episodes are also that weird.
They're that good and they're that weird. Okay, should we go through my Audible library?
Let's go.
Right now, Oscar Wars by Michael Schulman is very, very good. I'm listening to The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich by William L. Shire, who was the radio broadcaster through World War II for CBS.
Oh, wow.
So you'd hear his voice going, "This is William Shire from Germany. I'm reporting on blah, blah, blah." But he tracks how World War II progressed through the entire thing.
And you did mention you have an interest in wars. Last year, yeah.
Sherlock Holmes and the Christmas Demon. So I like fan fiction, fan fiction audiobooks. So after Arthur Conan Doyle did his slate of Sherlock Holmes, 1000 लोगों ने अपना Sherlock Holmes लिखा है. Their new version in which Sherlock Holmes battles Jekyll and Hyde, or Sherlock Holmes battles Jack the Ripper, or Dracula. So this is Sherlock Holmes and the Christmas Demon. Very, very good. There is a podcast called The Godfather, a film we can't refuse, which is interviews of all of the people who made The Godfather and why it appeals to so many people across the globe. So that is one. I don't know if I'd recommend this one, but it's called The Situation Room by George Stephanopoulos. So in the White House, there is the Situation Room. That Situation Room has been privy to Osama bin Laden being found, the Cuban Missile Crisis with Kennedy, 9/11, all the great moments in history that were good and bad. American presidents sit in the Situation Room with the NSA and the CIA and the military commanders. So it's a book dedicated to the moments of that room. Very cool. So check that out. And I'll recommend one more.
Yeah, please.
This was nice. I did it before I directed. It's called Directing Actors by Judith Weston. And it was a nice kind of do's and don'ts as a director. I also want to promote a new author. Would that be all right with you?
Please.
It's something I had put out in that post.
Please.
The Shadow and the Dark by Zara Raj. revolves around the friendship between an 8-year-old boy from a troubled and poverty-stricken background and a 12-year-old girl from a liberal and affluent family. Simplicity and innocence were the basis of their friendship, formed at a tender age. So please, if you have the time, please buy and check out The Shadow in the Dark by Zara Raj. I said, you should know, should pay it forward a little bit, yeah. You know?
Yeah, and you did it the last time also, and I loved it. How every time you are doing a special or you are doing a performance, आप एक नए like costume designer के like you wear the clothes and you always give a shout out to the people you are involved with.
Yeah.
Giving it back, and that's so nice, yeah.
I think underdog energy compounds. You know, like if I'm hosting the Emmys, I have underdog energy. It's a tough room for me. But then if I take a brand new designer and she's worked her ass off, her underdog energy joins my underdog energy and it's more powerful.
When do you get to listen to audiobooks? Like,
I travel so much, yeah. I went to 33 countries last year. That's more flying than performing.
Yeah.
So I download an audiobook and I listen to it on the flight. I don't watch too many movies on a flight. I drink on a flight. Nicely.
First class.
मेहनत किया है, अभी हूँ. I'm like, lay up. And so I'll have like some champagne or something on a flight. I'll listen to a book and I'll write on a flight and I'll sleep.
We are doing a quick segment. It's called Audible Audition. मैं आपको कुछ lines दूंगा.
अरे बाप रे.
You have to read these out. I think you'll particularly like this. Okay, this is your audition.
Bundini lifts me up while Angelo cradles my legs to haul me back to my stool. The screams are so loud, they sound far away. Then the crowd pushing, shoving, reporters shouting. They want something from me, something more, some word or comment, but I'm too tired. Besides, I already told them, and I already told you, didn't you hear me? I said I was the greatest.
This is from the biography of Muhammad Ali, and this is the last paragraph of it. And we spoke about him the last time.
Yeah,
so
that's great, man.
And you saw him fight from becoming this performative boxer who was dancing and arrogant to a rock who could take a hit. And then it became the Ali of he will lean back on the ropes and let you hit him, let you hit him, let you hit him until you are exhausted. And suddenly in the 12th round, he'll murder you.
Why have I not read this? The autobiography of Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, this is autobiography, right? This is the autobiography. This is from the 1975 match, and I think he won the last match, and it is from that. This is how he ends it. Abhi meri jo one of the latest recommendations was this audiobook, The Godfather's Notebook. वो फ्रांसिस फोर्ड कपोला ने खुद नरेट किया उसकी ऑडियो बुक. एंड जब वो फिल्म बना रहे थे, उन्होंने बेसिकली एक प्रॉम्प्ट बुक बनाई थी जहाँ पे उन्होंने एक पेज चिपकाया था बुक का और उस पर नोट्स लिखे थे. एंड ही सेज कि वो पूरी की पूरी फिल्म सिर्फ उस प्रॉम्प्ट बुक के थ्रू बना सकते थे. ही डिड नॉट इवन नीड द लाइक स्क्रिप्ट.
Have you seen, what is it called, Megalopolis?
I have to. I haven't.
Apparently it's not...
Yeah, apparently. But like film notes are like, yahi hamara sach hai. This is the...
Because apparently a character breaks the fourth wall in it. So apparently there is a moment where Adam Driver like looks into camera and gives a full monologue as the character of the movie to the people in the cinema.
What can we do? Is this society, is this way we're living the only one that's available to us?
But he refers to them not like as the world, because I think even in Pathan there was a moment where Jawan or Pathan, where Shah Rukh addressed the world.
Jawan.
मेरी डिमांड है ये उंगली धर्म, पैसा, जात पात, धर्म, संप्रदाय के लिए वोट देने की बजाय जो आपसे वोट मांगने आए आप उससे सवाल पूछो.
But वो दुनिया के लिए थी. But I think in Megalopolis there is a moment where he's like, सुनो तुम लोग जो बैठे हुए हो, मेरी बात सुनो. So even I've not seen it, but I've heard about this, so I'm dying to see it for that reason.
Which is that award which they give to worst films of the year? RSE. Razzies. He won the Razzies last year, and like Coppola put out such a beautiful post. I accept this with grace. उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा सा heartfelt message लिखा कि मेरे को इतना अच्छा लगा आप लोगों ने मेरे को ये award दिया.
I've always wanted to try and see if I can start a dance number between the people in the cinema and the people in the movie during the end credits of the movie. The people on screen go like this and wait for the people in the cinema to go like that and see if we can do like a little syncopation on your way out, you know, of the movie.
It's like the Freddie Mercury thing.
Yeah, the Freddie Mercury thing. But I think because we party, no, after a movie, like Salman movie, Shah Rukh movie, people are partying. It would have to be a star of that level. Shah Rukh, Amir, Salman, etc. But end credits चल रहे हैं and भाई is like, अच्छा दोनों तो ladies लोग ये करेंगे और भाई लोग तुम ये करोगे और अभी 1, 2, 3, 4 and then just some, you know, cinema and live audience kind of interaction would happen. I think if that happened once and it made it to Instagram,
10 million वाली रील है ये तो
10 million की रील है और आपकी मूवी थिएट्रिकल हिट है सर, you know what I mean? स्टोरी मतलब whatever, ऐसा लोग 2 घंटे के लिए बैठेगा कि नाचना कब है हमको at the end of this भाई के साथ, you know, so I think it could really work. इमरान, कुणाल and me we snuck into Gatey Galaxy जब Delhi Belly हो रहा है, Hindi version. And we were in the back and there's a moment in Delhi Belly where I go, इस लड़की ने मेरा चूसा है, right, or something like that, right? If you could hear Gatey Galaxy at that moment in time, right, it's pretty powerful, you know what I mean? Like just people going, हो क्या रहा है this movie, you know, like it's like, you know, a collective like wave of ये बोला गया है, you know what I mean, एक movie में. So that was also a pretty collective experience. By the way, another movie that I wanted to shout out was Mehta Boys.
Oh, I love that film.
Right, I just wanted to mention for 2 reasons. Number 1, very good movie. As a first-time director, very interesting camera choices and risky camera choices.
Yeah.
Where you come so close to an actor that their performance really has to hold.
पापा प्लीज टेक इट इजी. अब तो मेरे को दारू पीना सिखाएगा. मैं आपको कुछ नहीं सिखा. Then don't tell me to take it easy.
But also what I loved about that movie was Baman had the premiere, I think in BKC, right? And I think at his premiere, he filled 4 theatres. Now normally screening में, you know, you stagger it, etc. Simultaneously, Baman filled 4 theatres. And I was just, my heart was so happy to see all of Bollywood show up for Baman Irani. Top to bottom stars आए, top to bottom directors आए उसके premiere के लिए. It's very nice.
I have only done a few dedicated podcasts for one film. Mehta Boys is one, जहाँ पे यहीं बैठ के मैंने और बमन सर ने 1 घंटे Mehta Boys को पूरा deconstruct किया, एक चीज मैंने समझी.
You understand what 30 years of goodwill means.
Absolutely.
In a moment like that. The पूरा audience is like, you know, here for you, man. That's great. I was so happy to see it.
I get very excited when people get the father-son conflict right.
I think you'll enjoy my movie then. I hope you will. You know, we'll see. I fell in love with directing like I first fell in love with stand-up in this last year. I really did. Maybe I made shit. I don't know. But I certainly fell in love with it.
आप कभी ऐसे चीखते वगैरह अपने करो क्या कर?
हाँ 2-3 बार तो चिल्लाया ऐसा.
Tell me the worst when you lost your shit.
Kavi and me, we had rules on set where it was a cell phone free set.
Oh.
So we had a sign on set saying cell phone free, asshole free. You know, usually when there's entourages and all of that stuff, अच्छा आपके shot के लिए there's 30 minutes or whatever, जाओ cell phone, Insta, manager, blah blah blah, vanity van, blah 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 blah. This one, it wasn't that kind of a vibe. So the actors would sit, watch each other's shots, you know, really kind of. So then as directors, we really have to behave ourselves. You know, you can't scream too much in front of your actors. That's because it's a comedy. And you want there to be levity on set. You want everybody to be light-hearted.
I would like to recommend a book to you. It's called Mike Nichols' A Life. It is the autobiography. It is the biography of the guy who made The Graduate, the Dustin Hoffman film. And it's an incredible read. मैं ना रोज उसके 4 पन्ने पढ़ता हूँ. And it's because मेरे को ना फिल्म मेकर्स की बायोग्राफी ऑटोबायोग्राफी पढ़ने में मज़ा आता है. दे कीप ऑन गोइंग फॉर ईयर्स. रोज सिर्फ 3 या 4 पेज पढ़ लिए किसके. एंड यू विल रिलेट सो मच टू हिम बिकॉज ही गॉट इनटू डायरेक्शन, पर्टिकुलरली फिल्म डायरेक्शन, आफ्टर हैविंग एक्सपेरिमेंटेड विद थिएटर अ लॉट एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट. एंड व्हेन ही गॉट देयर, तो उसको तो ये तो आता ही नहीं है, जल्दी से सीख लेते हैं बिकॉज सारे फंडे थिएटर की वजह से तो सही है. So that is one book.
Dude, I loved it. I drew everything. So I hand drew the film. So I storyboarded it with stick figures by hand and broke it down with Kavi after I drew it by hand. But there's a culture you get to set, which is not, like, okay, Kavi and me, we have something that we call FizzWiz. FYSWYS. FizzWiz.
Okay.
All right. And it's your struggle. What's your solution? Right, so
इसका वही बैनर बनवाते हैं.
Right, so a film set is pure chaos, right? And everybody on a film set, rightfully so, feels like their department is the most important department of the film, right? So if you're the second AD and you're doing background in this one, the hero heroine, this film is about background, background extras, etc., etc. So that is, you will do that job, right? And so it was nice culture to, when that crisis happens, it comes to you, he's like, I don't know what to, and this guy said something, FizzWiz. What is your solution? It's like, oh, we should do this. Please go do that. You know, and then they go away. But that sets this thing of, oh, this is going to be struggle.
ये मैं यूज करूंगा. डू आई नीड टू क्रेडिट यू फॉर दिस?
No, it's fine. FizzWiz, please.
बट ये आप ही का, दिस इज समथिंग यू काइंड ऑफ अमेजिंग. फॉर माय नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन आई वांट टू टेल यू अबाउट लिट स्कूल. ये हमारे स्पॉन्सर्स हैं एंड लाइक इट्स अ बैंगलोर बेस्ड लर्निंग स्पेस. और ये ना बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग तरीके से एंटी रट्टाफिकेशन तरीके से लोगों को चीज़ें सिखा रहे हैं कि करके सीखेंगे. यहाँ पे अ लॉट ऑफ किड्स डायरेक्टली गेट चैलेंजेस थ्रू द ब्रांड्स एंड दे सॉल्व इट. एक कोई ऐसी चीज़ बताओ जहाँ पे आप एक सेशन दे सकते हो किसी भी चीज़ को, यार ये मैंने खुद करके सीखी है एंड दिस इज समथिंग आई कैन टीच पीपल.
अगर आपका अंदर का जो ऑडेसिटी है वो कंसिस्टेंट है, उसका लेवल सेम रहता है, यूनिवर्स आएगा, पीछे आएगा आपके. जो आप हो नहीं अभी तक, लेकिन अगर आपके दिमाग के अंदर आप वो हैं तो आप वो हैं. और अगर आप चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए, लोग बोले कि आप नहीं हैं, आप अभी तक नहीं पहुँचे हैं, आपको वो मिला नहीं है, एट्सेट्रा एट्सेट्रा, लेकिन अगर आपके अंदर आप वो है, आप होने ही वाले हो. तो वो मैं हूँ मेंटेन करना अगर आप सीख ले ऑलमोस्ट टू द लेवल ऑफ डिनायल, आप हो जाओगे. That's very vague. I'm sorry if that's.
I love this, dude. Sam Altman जिन्होंने ChatGPT बनाया वो यही बोलते हैं, you need to believe in yourself to a point of delusion.
पंडित्स, ट्रेड पंडित्स, टेस्ट मेकर्स, मार्केट प्लेस की बात सुनी जाए, my career shouldn't exist. Think about who I am,
Yeah.
where I come from,
Yeah.
how I look, the way I speak. It shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
But मैं हूँ.
I remember last time आपने कहा था आप बच्चों को शेक्सपियर भी पढ़ा सकते हो, something on that.
I wanted to be a theatre professor. मैं शेक्सपियर पढ़ाना चाहता था. और बाबा इतना तो मान लो, most movie scripts are Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Right? It's all Shakespeare. It's the greatest collection of, I'd say, if you read Ramayana, Mahabharata, Shakespeare, you've read every story.
Every story in the world. Yeah.
Right? So I'm fascinated with that.
Which is that one thing you purchased for less than 10,000 rupees that you would like to recommend to people?
एक छोटा सा ब्लूटूथ स्पीकर, इतना बड़ा सा है, बेड साइड पे है. आई वेंट टू 33 कंट्रीज लास्ट ईयर, लेकिन उसमें मेरा एक स्लीप प्लेलिस्ट है, तो वो कंटिन्यूटी मेरा स्लीप का वहाँ से आता है. तो वो हर होटल में, हर देश में मेरे साथ जाता है. सो दैट वाज, एंड इट प्रॉब्ली कॉस्ट 4-5,000 रुपीज.
And which is your go-to healthy snack?
Apples with peanut butter.
Peanut butter healthy होता है क्या?
हेल्दी नहीं है तो ऐसा एप्पल अकेले थोड़ी ना खा सकते हैं. कौन खाता है एप्पल अकेले? घोड़े. मैं पीनट बटर के साथ.
Oh bro, this is like a very good pre-cap line. Okay. And is there anything I haven't talked about that you would like to mention?
I would say that बहुत ही जल्द एक शिफ्ट आने वाला है मार्केट में, जहाँ आपको कंटेंट मिलेगा फ्रॉम नॉन कन्वेंशनल सोर्सेज, एंड वो इसलिए मिलेगा क्योंकि वो कंटेंट भी नॉन कन्वेंशनल होगा, और वो कंटेंट बोल्ड होगा और रिस्की होगा, एंड उसका वॉइस बहुत ऑथेंटिक होगा, एंड whether that is pay-per-view on YouTube, whether that is through other these things as well, वो wave आने वाला है, it's around the corner. Please support that wave. If you miss authentic voices, if you miss risk-taking voices, please support whatever this new wave is of consumption. And I think you as the audience will be fed better.
Because a lot of people have this romantic notion of theaters कि theater ही वापस जाना है, but you are like कि कहीं भी हो, but ये wave आएगा. It can be on any screen, not necessarily theater screen.
But it can also be a theater plus a different type of screen, etc., etc. But we made a show. I don't know where I'll put it. I just made it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I made it because I truly believe in it.
Yeah.
So I wrote it. It's a fiction series. Kavi and me created it together. And we went and we shot it. Right? Now, maybe it will wind up on a platform, but maybe it won't. And maybe it is so subject matter wise in a certain zone that it should not be on a certain type of platform. But it should find you, the audience. So however we do it, please support that.
I love this, yeah.
You know, like I remember during the pandemic, I shot a COVID special for charity. And I shot it in HD on a, there's Sony A7S, there's Canon, what is the cheapest Canon DSLR you can get? M50? Right? M50 is this thing. So an M50 on books. I shot a COVID special jहाँ मैं Zoom calls कर रहा हूँ, etc., etc. I cut it together. And I put it on a website and I said, you can, 30 rupees a view. You can raise money for COVID with this, etc., etc. And you go to charities, I don't care. It cost me 75,000 rupees. We put it out on a website called insideout.com. Didn't even put it on YouTube. I think it earned in the first 8 days something like 35-40 lakhs. 8 days later, Netflix called and said, we're buying it. Right?
Let's go.
So then we were like, all right, let's go. Now we're talking about a special. And then Netflix was like, okay, send us the drives, etc., etc. And I was like, I can email it to you from my phone. It's
Amazing.
HD, right? It is, the whole thing is 800 megabytes. That journey shows you what support for a slightly different piece of content from an audience can do for a piece of content. That an audience came just to a website. There wasn't even my website. It was a dedicated website. It's very tough, bro, to get an audience to do 7 clicks to buy a product. It's very, very tough, internet marketing wise. The conversion rate is literally, I think it's something like 3%, 4% of the number of people that will do that first click to get them to that 7th click. It just goes down, down, down. But when an audience gets behind you because they like the core idea of what you're doing, it will still wind up on the, you know, it really gives legs to things. So I think we're heading into India's got latent. What a perfect example of audience getting behind, you know, so we're heading into a place where there are no rules anymore. And there are no conventional paths anymore. Please keep going and supporting this. You will find new content you never dreamed of.
Veer, you travel so much. Are there any particular, your favorite spots in the world? I want some travel recommendations.
Mumbai, number one. Because for me, Mumbai is a spot. You know what I mean? If I've traveled for 7 months, then to come back to Mumbai, yaar, and you know, there's a movement to this city that I miss sometimes. New York City, the Village, Comedy Cellar, you know, Friday night. I'm going on stage at 10:40. I'm walking to the cellar.
Wow.
It's a vibe. And Ladakh. Once a year, I take a bike and go to Ladakh for 10 days. Enfield 350. I stay in a tent by the river in an eco resort. And then I'll ride for 8-9 hours a day by myself.
You know, I recently, in fact yesterday, मैं कल ही आया हूँ अपने शूट के लिए जयपुर से, and मैंने cabin luggage में PS5 carry किया, and I'm so happy. I had to crack it. I was planning to buy another one for Bombay. I'm like, नहीं भाई, PS मेरे को crack करना है because मेरे को पीछे वाले में नहीं डालना. See, कौन सा luggage बोलते हैं जो अपन उसमें डालते हैं?
Check-in luggage.
Check-in luggage is so unpredictable now.
For sure.
Like, आपको कोई गारंटी नहीं है कि
Even yeah, fragile means nothing. Fragile means he's rich. Him, you know what I mean? Like that's what fragile means. You know what I mean?
And do you have any podcast recommendations?
It's very bad, but I like it. Piers Morgan's podcast.
Oh.
Because it's like watching Jerry Springer. You know what I mean? It's like, to me, that is the Saas Bahu of podcasts. You know what I mean? It's the worst rhetoric in one place. So I love it. You know, you put it on just to hear. It's a cringe listen. You know, so I love it for that reason.
अभी उस पे Kanye West आया था and he walked.
Yeah.
Bro, that was amazing because he got the follower count wrong. He left.
This is what you get for now. We can circle back when you can count.
Okay.
So I love how bad it is. You know.
Yeah, is Piers Morgan intentional about this or he
I
doesn't?
think he's engagement farming. He's very clear about it. He's far more intelligent than the rhetoric that he's presenting to the world.
Yeah.
He's engagement farming. It's clear. So that love that. And then for comedy, Mike Birbiglia has a podcast called Working It Out, and I think that's the best comedy podcast.
आपने अभी कुछ दिन पहले एक पोस्ट डाली थी कि I'll be going on some podcast eyeballs. So which other podcasts are you going to? And like मेरे को जानना इंडिया में which are the names for
There's
you?
only I'm doing 6, and so I think you know this is one of them. But I wanted to come here to talk about filmmaking because I do believe that what I've done in this special is filmmaking.
Absolutely.
You know, and so I wanted to talk to people who understand movies. So it is with that bent that we've chosen podcast to go to.
And you have already done Emmys and Golden Globe में podcast का आ ही चुका है, so we'll meet there next.
at the Golden Globes, ठीक है. We'll be in row number like the studio. We where Sal Saperstein was at the Golden Globes. We'll be back there.
But हमारा ही नाम बोला जाएगा Sal Saperstein के जैसे.
Good luck getting an American host. Be like weird ass and why? We'll see how it happens.
हम हर एपिसोड को एक हैशटैग के साथ ख़त्म करते हैं कि अगर आपने यहाँ तक एपिसोड देखा है सो एक हैशटैग यूज़ कीजिए. सो व्हाट शुड बी द हैशटैग? आई थिंक इट कैन बी दिस फिज़.
हाँ, हैशटैग फिज़विज़.
Last thing, I need to give you a few gifts. Do we have a hamper?
Is this the Date Bite hamper?
Yes, it is the Date Bite and it's a family hamper. Yes.
Thank you. I didn't have to answer Karan Johar's questions or anything. This is so good, man.
And we have some Chalchitra merch also. So there is a t-shirt just पे लिखा recommend me a film.
Hey, I'll give this to Shivani. She'll love it. Thank you.
So guys, कैसा लगा आपको हमारा episode? If you have watched the episode till here, use the hashtag FizzWiz in the comments. And now I quickly want to give a shout out to all the brands that made this season of Longest Interview possible. सबसे पहले बात करते हैं Lit School की. ये एक Bangalore based school है जहाँ पे experiential learning programs होते हैं. By the way, I did my first ever session at Lit School in the first week of July and it was such an amazing experience. जितने भी बच्चे वहाँ पे थे, they were so energetic, enthusiastic and they really want to know more about content. Lit School में आपको रट्टाफिकेशन नहीं करनी होती and आप directly brands के लिए problem solve करते हो. They have very interesting programs coming up, so if you are interested, you should click in the link in description and you can directly join or book a call with the counselor. You'll get all the details through their website. I also want to give a shout out to Audible. Like Veer, I am really into audiobooks. I listen to audiobooks every time I'm driving and I am walking and I am doing any kind of chores. Audible पे आपको सारी किताबें मिल जाएंगी जो हमने इस एपिसोड में डिस्कस करी हैं and you can get a free 2-month subscription of Audible if you click in the link in description. I also want to give a shout out to our snacking partners Farmlay. आपने हमारे लॉन्गेस्ट इंटरव्यू के सारे एपिसोड्स में टेबल पे एक प्रोडक्ट देखा होगा, that is Farmlay's Date Bites. It's a product that loves you back. I consume them myself and I really love the Date Bites. They are available on Amazon, Flipkart, Big Basket, Blinkit, Zepto and Swiggy Instamart. You can also get it through their website जहाँ पे आपको एक additional discount मिलेगा if you use the code CCT15. So this was another episode of the Longest Interview Season 3. अभी तक इस season का आपका favorite episode कौन सा है मुझे comments में बताइए and I'll be back with another episode soon.